South remote area of the Eastern European plain, free winds, tender sun, boundless steppe and feather grass expanses, and people who have managed to make this area the most effectively economically developed one in Ukraine. All this is Donetsk region. Far beyond borders of Ukraine, this area is also known as Donbass. Donetsk region is located in the southeastern part of Ukraine. The region stretches for 240 kilometers from the north to the south and 170 kilometers from the west to the east. Its area is 26,500 square kilometers, which is 4.4% of the total territory of the country. The population of the region is multinational. More than 4.5 million people live here, which makes up 10% of the country's population. The level of urbanization of the region makes up 91%. The administrative structure of the region includes 28 cities and towns and 17 districts. Donetsk region borders on Dnipropetrovsk, Zaporozhye, Kharkov and Lugansk regions. In the east, it borders on Rostov region of the Russian Federation. In the south, it is washed by the Azov Sea. The capital is the city Donetsk, the population of which is more than 1 million. This is one of the biggest industrial centers of Ukraine and CIS. The city is located 1 hour flight from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, and 2 hours of flight from Vienna. Donetsk has twin cities, which are as follows: Pittsburgh, Sheffield, Bochum, Charleroi and Taiyuan. Donetsk has manifested itself as an intelligent city, a city creator and a city hard worker. Donetsk is not yet 150 years old. But here, there are hundreds of educational institutions, theaters, broad avenues and shady parks. But its main pride is people, who are self-confident, friendly, who have great perspective, and due to efforts of whom, a unique image of this modern city is being created. The greatest possessions of the region is its fertile black soil. Besides this, the region possesses rich deposits of mineral resources. The main mineral resources are as follows: coal, rocky salt, limestone, fire clays, cement, chalk, gypsum, mercury, asbestos, graphite and iron ore. In the north of Azov crystalline massif, there have been found kimberlite tubes with small fragments of diamond crystals. In the north of Donetsk region, deposits of free gas have been opened and are being explored. Besides this, coal deposits of the region contain huge stores of a very precious energy raw material methane. Register of 40 deposits of mineral resources of Donetsk region as object of the top priority investments have been drawn up. The fact that Donetsk region possesses its own fuel energy resources and mineral raw material resources, its closeness to iron ore deposits of Krivorovsky Basin, its outlet to the sea, have made conditions for establishing the biggest in Ukraine industrial complex, with a high concentration of branches of industries, creation of highly developed industrial, scientific and social infrastructure. The advantage is geographic location, access to prospective markets, highly professional personnel, industrial potential and richness to our land made the foundation of the main advantages of the region, which attract investors. Special economic zones and territories of priority development act in the region. For the period of activity of special economic zones and territories of priority development, more than 187 investment projects of the total cost of $3.75 billion US have been permitted for realization, including 63 projects with participation of foreign investors. More than half of the projects accounts for metallurgy, coal mining, chemical industry, oil refining industry, energy, machine building, construction materials industry. More than half of the total industrial production of the region is exported to the international market. The region maintains links with partners from 135 countries of the world. Foreign trade turnover in 2006 made up $11.6 billion US. Export occupies 68.5% of the turnover in agricultural products. The industrial potential of the region plays an important role in development of economy of Ukraine. The region possesses about the fifth part of the basic industrial manufacture funds of Ukraine and provides 25% of the total state volume of production realization. The region occupies the leading places in the country for production of many types of industrial and agricultural production. Is represented by a highly developed complex of coal mining enterprises and coal concentrating factories. The power industry of the region is represented by a united complex of generator, network and repair technical enterprises. 100 megawatts is the set capacity of 7 thermoelectric power stations, which is capable of providing total needs of the region and supply areas beyond the region with electric power. Ferrous metallurgy is represented in the area by 10 metallurgical plants, 2 of which are enterprises producer metallurgical manufacture and a pipe factory. The metallurgical complex comprises 6 chemical recovery plants, 3 fluxing mining and 10 refractory material works. The capacities of cast iron production makes up 18 million tons, that of steel makes up 20 million tons. The capacity of ready-made rolled metal is 17 million tons. The basic nomenclature of the products of cast iron is saturated cast iron and foundry iron, rolled iron of various profiles, pipes, steel cables and others. Very important for the economic complex of Ukraine, enterprises of ferrous and non-ferrous metallurgy are concentrated in the region. The specific gravity of production for export of this branch makes up 70% of the total export volume of the area. 31 enterprises function in chemical and oil refining industries. They produce mineral fertilizers, ammonia, ammonium nitrate, polystyrene, acids, carbonate, household chemical goods, pharmaceutical products and others. 80% of chemical production of the region is exported. This complex includes 153 enterprises, which completely provide for needs of the state in mining equipment. This complex produces more than 90% of rolled metal equipment, 76% of load mainline cars, more than 40% of blast furnace and steel smelting equipment, 99% of household refrigerators and freezers. These industries number 125 big enterprises, which specialize in producing meat products, dairy products, flour grinding, confectionery products, macaroni, butter and fat products, fish, fruits and vegetable products, distillery, winemaking, beer and non-alcoholic products. More than 26,000 small-scale enterprises have been registered in the region, which makes up 9.5% of the total number of small-scale enterprises of Ukraine. More than 170,000 persons are involved in the small entrepreneurship, which numbers 6% of the whole population able to work, and 15.5% of the total number of population occupied in the economy of the region. The contribution of the small-scale businesses of Donetsk region equals 4% of total volume of the region production, or about 9% of the total volume of production of small businesses of Ukraine. Development of the small business sector is a priority task of Donetsk Regional State Administration and Donetsk Regional Council. Agriculture of the region numbers 625 agrarian farms and more than 2,000 farm economies, having at their disposal more than 1.5 million hectares of plowed field. The economies specialize in growing grains, sunflower, vegetables, dairy products, meat and poultry products. The region possesses a highly developed transportation network, in the first place the biggest in Ukraine, Donetsk Railroad. About 45% of total volume of rail freightage and 15% of conveyance of passengers in Ukraine falls on its share. A vast network of automobile roads has been established. The roads connect Donetsk region with all the neighboring regions. There is also a main line connecting the region with the Russian Federation. There is also an international airport in Donetsk. There are direct passenger flights to Vienna, Frankfurt, Moscow. Transit airports are situated in the towns of Mariupol and Kramatorsk. Mariupol Trade Port is one of the biggest ports in Ukraine, which provides international economic links with various countries of the world and ships about 14 million tons of load per year. In Donetsk region there is a modern network of banking system, which is developing dynamically. The network is represented by 182 banking systems of national and international scales, which provide all kinds of banking services. It is at a rapid tempo that the infrastructure of telecommunications, which covers the whole of the region, mobile communications consisting of 5 leading operators, and which demonstrates a high level of dynamic growth. Telecommunication and the Internet development have a significant potential for their intensive development, both through embracement of new clients and through implementation of new technologies. The network of educational institutions, which has been established in the area, meets the requirements of the region in forms, profiles and languages of study. More than 2,000 nursing institutions and secondary educational establishments for the youth are attended by 600,000 children. Professional education for young people is performed in 66 educational establishments. The personnel of a higher qualification is prepared in more than 27 higher educational institutions. These educational establishments provide more than 250,000 young people with knowledge. Every year, the higher educational establishment of Donetsk region prepare more than 34,000 specialists of various fields. The health service system is presented with a wide network of regional, city and district hospitals, diagnostic centers, specialized clinical hospitals and outpatient departments, ambulance stations and other medical institutions. The population of the region is served by 22,000 doctors and more than 51,000 medical workers. 62 specialized centers function on the basis of the regional health service institutions: burn center, anti-tumor center, center for patients with consequences of trauma of spinal cord, microsurgery of organs, where the most advanced methods and technologies are used. More than 90 stadiums, 49 swimming pools and more than 1,500 sport halls and 126 sports schools exist in the region. The star potential accumulates and realizes into life through sports international holidays, pole vault stars, golden lilac. A storm of emotions and impressions is usually caused by victories of the favorite soccer teams of Donbass, Shakhter and Metalurg, a basketball team, Azovmash and many others. The region has the most favorable conditions for health recreating tourism. 16% of sanitary and recreating institutions of Ukraine are concentrated in the region. About 150 kilometers of the Azov Sea coast are located within the borders of the region. The Azov Sea is rich in unique shallow water and sand beaches. The national nature parks of Sand Mountains in the city Svyatogorsk, nature reserves Khomutovskaya steppe and stone graves, Slaviansky lakes of the Kara Sea origin, Krasnolimansky woods with unique climate are located within the borders of the region. Mild climate of the Azov Sea coast, riverbed of the Seversky Donetsk, pure muds, mineral water resources belong to the recreation zone of the region. A Spilio Health Recreation Complex of the salt mine Solidar, Artemovsk district, is a unique health resort. In the region, there are about 700 institutions of culture, 900 libraries, 22 museums, 5 theaters, among which is the most well-known theater in Ukraine and beyond its borders, the Donetsk Academic Theater of Opera and Ballet after Solovyanenko. Festivals of art, World Ballet Stars, Prokofiev Spring, Native House and others have gained world's popularity. There are more than 2,000 monuments of archaeology, history, culture and monument arts in Donetsk region. Among them there is a historic architectural reserve Svyaty Gory, a memorial complex Prokofiev, Nemirovich Danchenko household. At present, Donbass is not only a leading industrial, but also spiritual center of the country. The Orthodox Donbass has acquired again the pearl of Orthodoxy, the symbol of unity of all the Slav people, Sviato-Uspensky Monastery, which has been confirmed recently the status of Lora. Besides all this, representatives of various religious confessions, Muslims, Catholics, Buddhists, Jewish, have never experienced any problem with religious liberty. The main national property of Donetsk region is its people. Our well-known compatriots are well-known all over the world. Workers: Nikita Izotov, Alexei Stakhanov, Pasha Angelina, Makar Mazai, cosmonauts Georgy Bergovoy, Leonid Kizim, Alexander Volkov, composer Sergei Prokofiev, Arctic researcher Georgy Sidov, artist Arkhip Koinzhe, sportsmen Polina Astachova, Sergei Bubka and Lilia Podkopayeva, ballet masters Vadim Pisarev and Inna Dorofeeva. Donbass is looking into the future with confidence. At present, the region is extended the range of its business partners and develops its cultural links. You are welcome to visit our region. May our meetings serve the beginning of new opportunities of long-term mutually advantageous relations.